Hello everyone, my name is YUSEF, and welcome to part 105 of the movie Revolution. Let us begin. So, Abigail and Margaret was laying down on the bed when she said to her, "I still can't believe someone almost shot me. I can't tell you how grateful I am for Susan. Susan was there, and now well, well, and now she's healing from a gunshot wound. I just can't believe it. Who would do this to me? Who would do that? I mean, who in the hell would do that to me? Or at least try to anyway. I mean, he almost shot me, but I just, I feel so bad." And then Margaret said, "I'm very sure that she's going to be fine. She's a billionaire. It's not a big deal." "Yeah, but she's a person, right? I mean, too, and she helped me also." Uh, that fight just got out of control. I could barely control it. Like, oh my god! I mean, that protest went terribly wrong. You know that, right? You know that protest was like terribly wrong for me and for all of us. And now, thank goodness that the press wasn't there, or else they would think that we started it. Thank goodness the press wasn't there. And then Margaret said, "Really? Really? Yeah. Um, I'm really, I'm really grateful for that. Because that would have been embarrassing for all of us. More so us than the anti-movie protesters. But, but in a small way, they'll probably suffer some embarrassment about that too. But primarily, we will suffer a lot of the embarrassment ourselves. I would think. And then Margaret said, "Okay, um, do you want to go out for some breakfast?" "Yeah, that'll probably take my mind off of things." "And also, do you want to go out on a date? On a date and dinner? Do you want to go out for dinner, I mean?" she said. "Finally, you got the words out, honey." And they laughed. "So do you?" "Yes, I, I would love to." Now you must know your words. Only a little bit, though. Yeah, you're right. And so, Abigail got up off of the bed and went into the shower, got dressed after the shower. And Margaret also got dressed after their talk. And they were off to eat some breakfast, to go and eat some breakfast at this fancy breakfast restaurant that they were going to. That that one of their friends told them about um a couple months ago, a couple months before the the fight. And so, and so, they got up, they opened the door, and they left the house to eat breakfast. They got into the car Abigail was driving, and overall, they were just trying to talk about something else. They see a couple of anti-movie protesting. Abigail sees one of them, tries to keep her cool, and to avoid getting out of the car and, causing another scene. But this time, it'll be her fault. She just keeps, she just keep on driving. She just keeps on driving, I should say. She's like to herself, keep it together. Do not get out of that car. Just keep it together. Do not get out of that car. She says that over and over to herself. Finally, they reach the restaurant. They have some, you know, they wait for a while for their meal. They wait for a while for their meal, and they just talking for a while, and they just talking about about everything that happened, and finally the breakfast came. The breakfast comes to the table, and they eat it. Everything is just going perfectly. You know what I mean? Everything is just going perfect, right? And then Abigail said, after after a couple of hours, you know, do you want to go to an amusement park for a while? For a while before we go to dinner? You mean lunch? Margaret said, yeah. Well, actually, I meant the amusement park because there there are corn dogs there, and then that's when Margaret said, "That's right. Of course, we can eat lunch there for a while and why do I beforehand? No problem. I would love to go to and there's a an amusement park with you, honey. Well, that's great. You're messing up your words again, I see." And they laughed again. They finish their breakfast. They leave the money on the table and they leave the restaurant. They get back into the car. They are driving for a while and they see a and they are going to a amusement park. They get to the amusement park. They are having a grand old time with the roller coasters and stuff like that. They're having a good time. They're having a grand old time. They're like, they this is some of the best days and some of the best times that they ever had. They're laughing, playing games, losing a lot of them actually, and all that kind of stuff. They're having a great time. Then, then they eat some corn dogs. They're having a good time eating, having a good time talking to each other. They see some clowns and they grab their phones to take and they take pictures with them. They take a couple pictures. The pictures are quite nice for a phone. You know, for pictures on your phone, of course. And they are just having a good time. It's now getting late, and they decide to go to this other restaurant that Abigail had her eye on for a couple of months. So she tells about the restaurant, and they get into this car and into the car, I should say, and they go to the restaurant. This fancy restaurant. They are not prepared for it, but that's okay. Clothing is optional. Even though everybody at the restaurant is wearing like dresses, suits, and all that stuff, they were just wearing stuff that they just had on, that they just put on a couple hours ago before all this happened. So they get to the restaurant. They see their chairs because Abigail had made reservations at that restaurant, and so she was like, "Okay, cool. Um, thank you for welcoming us to this restaurant." They clothing was optional. Well, not they weren't nude or anything like that, but they can casually wear their clothes. It's not a big deal. Clothing as far as casual wear is optional. They want that kind of people, you know what I mean? And so they get to their tables and they sit down and they're having a good time, just waiting for their food. They drinking a lot of wine and but actually you know so they're drinking a lot of wine, right? But not too much because Abigail has a solution. She knew that she was getting a little bit too drunk, and so she went to the bathroom and she called her mom to come and pick them up after the date. She leaves the bathroom, she sits back down, and as she's coming back, the dinner is at the table. She sees the dinner and she is hungry. She is she wastes no time at all, just digging in to the meal, having a great time. Everybody's having they those two, I should say, are having a great time, and she drinks more wine, and then more wine, and then more wine, and then more wine, and then more wine. Finally, her and Abigail and Margaret are both drunk. Abigail's mom comes into the restaurant after they are leaving, and she is driving them back home. She says to them, "Well, you haven't. Well, someone had a good time. Well, you two had a good time." And then, drunkenly, Abigail said, yeah, yeah, we did." Finally, they get home, right? Finally, they get home, and they're like having a good time. They are stumbling to their house. Their mom, Abigail's mom is struggling to get them to the house as they're stumbling in. They're drunk. They're really, really drunk. Finally, they do get to the house. They get get onto the couches, and they're like having, they're like drunk. as hell. And then it happens. What happens exactly? Well, a bomb went off. Yes, an actual bomb went off at the house. To be continued. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below telling me what you like about the video, hate about the video, and I will see you next time. Well, goodbye, well, goodbye, well, goodbye. Goodbye, yeah, goodbye, yeah, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Bye bye, guys. See you next time.